Thank you, Audrey. That was very moving, and as we often say on the Stroll of Poets stage, a hard act to follow. I have 4 short poems, which I wrote between about 4 years ago and 2 years ago. And I've put them, I think, in that order here in which I wrote them. And as I say, they are short. I think the longest one is 9 lines, so you don't have to worry about this. They derive, I think they mainly derive from my personal poetic reaction to Canada changing its hat some years ago, taking off its blue beret and putting on a helmet of war. I might just add that this is not necessarily a popular poetic these days, but I do think that it is significant, or that poets have a responsibility to society. Yes, they can write what they want, but it is a gift that should be used, given back in some ways to our society. I hope some of these twists of thought or images help in some way. I don't know. As though numbers. The news is bad, isn't it? 50 people killed in Iraq. 80 people killed in Pakistan. 18 people killed in Palestine. And so on. As though numbers can really count the dead. Do we know the price of war? Do we grieve the Afghan civilians we and allies kill? Do we see their names and photos in the news? Do we ask for an update every time NATO kills a child? This may seem familiar. Engines of war. Warplanes bank low over downtown Edmonton sky, ripping the air with roar, boasting the power to commit mass murder. The capital X is on, and the Indy race too. Engines of war celebrate our biggest shows of the year. What does that say? Have you noticed it's pretty well taboo in these parts to speak of Taliban as though they were human? Do any of us care when drones blast them to bleeding bits? What does that say about our leaders and the press and us?